Croissant, 13 width, I don't care how long it is. Danish, 13 width, I don't care how long it is. This has relaxed quite a while, so I know it's not gonna move, right? But even then, I'll give it a good relax on my table. I'm trying not to pull it in like a certain spot all the time because you don't want to warp the shape. Okay, I'm going to trim one end, same thing, and collect the scraps for another product. And then I'll go yeah, that's 12, just at 12. I can't afford to trim the top now because it's just at 12, which is fine. I am going to make strips at the end. I'll trim this one end because I want to be even. We're making squares, and each square is a 4x4. So let's go. Where am I at? I'm at 21. How about? So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go 4. Going to move this over because here I want to make squares. So I'll go, if it's 4x4, then this is 3. And I'll mark 4, 4 to create 3 squares. And I can't stress enough here the allowing it to relax. I rolled this to, I think it was stretch. It was like at 14, but when I put it on the tray and then gave it a relax, you saw it's like barely 12. So think about that when you're over there, because you want it this thickness. Okay? You don't want it this thickness, right? Or even this thickness. A little too thick. This thickness. So go a little bit longer, and then it'll retract. Okay? And super relaxed. Like look at that. I peel it off the table. It's still square. That's what you want. So all of these will be square. And then these ones, I'm just going to do the thickness of this ruler. I don't know what that is, like 1.5 inches or so. Just to make it easy. And I'm showing you 4 shapes. We're only shaping these because I think it's important for you guys to know other ways to work with this croissant Danish dough. Just because you make it one day doesn't mean you have to finish the process that whole day. Like so far, it's taken us 2 days, right? We made the trempe, we made the barrage, a couple of days. Today we're shaping it. Croissant we're baking off today, right? Tomorrow we'll do this. There's different, in that 10 to 12 baking steps, there's places where you can pause it, right? We did that with the other stuff. Remember we final shaped the fancy rolls and then we put it in the groover? We're going to do that practice with this. Retarding, final shapes, okay? You can retard in the fridge or in the freezer. Say I want Danishes next week, but I have no time next week. I'll final shape it, put it on a sheet pan, and I'll stick it in the freezer. And then next week, I'll just pull it from the freezer, let it defrost, proof, bake it, right? With this, we're retarding in the fridge. So final shape, put it on a sheet pan. Tomorrow, we can proof and bake it. So that's how you can like extend the process, right? And maybe your shift is only 4 hours, or I don't know, 8 hours. It's stressful. You know what I mean? Okay, anyways, sorry, I can go on about that. I've got these strips, and I've got these squares. The first shape of the square, I like to call them pockets, where each corner, I will just fold it and pinch it, like really press it down to the center, okay? That's a pocket. Do that again. Every corner, pinch, pinch. Notice I'm not putting these corners right to the center. I'm not doing this. right? Don't do that. Leave a little space in the middle for our filling. We're going to put filling, cream cheese and an apricot. So don't do this. Do this, where it's just a little shy, like, I don't know, a dime size spot in the center. Okay, so that's one shape. Yeah, I'll do one more. I can do 4 of. Okay. The next one is pinwheel. So with the pinwheel, I'm going to cut each corner towards the inside, making it like a slit. I'll do it this way, just so that I'm doing 4 of each, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a slit at each corner. I'm not cutting all the way, because the shape of a pinwheel is you take like half of that and you pinch it to the center. Same thing, not right to the middle. Leave a little coin size, dime size spot in the center for your filling. So you're alternating, right? Pinwheel. So this one, not this one. This one, not this one. This one. This one. Get it? And really squash it down. Because once it proofs, these things might come off unless you really squash it down. Like, squash it like you mean it. Squash, squash, that's 2 shapes. Okay, the third shape is, with this one, I'm going to fold it in half. I'm not cutting anything yet, just folding it. And then with my knife, or my cutter, about the size of your finger, maybe what is that, like just shy of an inch, I'm going to cut on either side. But I'm not cutting all the way. It's like finger size here. So I'm cutting from that fold. Do that again. Fold it at a diagonal, and from the fold part, I'm cutting here. I'm cutting about here. And then I will open it, gently open. And I'm going to fold this part across to meet that triangle, and then this part across to meet that. These are called diamonds. All right, so that's shape 3. Just like that. I'll do these ones real quick. Fold it at the corners. And then this is why it's so important that your shapes are good, because if it's all warped, you're not going to be able to meet up the corners. Like this one's a little bit off slightly, but I'm gonna make it work. Open, open, fold over, fold over. So we've got 3 shapes there. And then this last one, this is pretty good for trimmings, right? This is very good, no waste. Like this is probably like 1 Danish waist. Okay, for this one, I like to call them spirals. I'm just going to like kind of stretch it a little bit, and then on either end, I'm going to twist opposite. So my hand up here will roll up, and this one will roll down to form a spiral. It's like a straw. And then with this straw, I'm going to just put it in a circle. But notice how it's a really loose circle, like lots of space, lots of gaps. Because when this proofs, I want it to go this way. If I like make it really, really tight like this now with no gaps, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah, that little part is going to spring up. Just like with your fancy rolls. Remember when you tied the knot, you didn't want it super tight because it'd be weird? Give it lots of slack. This is still going to grow. Like that. Do that again real quick. It's loose. Don't worry if it looks weird when it's loose. It's still going to proof, and it'll fill the gaps. So like I said, this one is going to sit in the fridge. We'll wrap it with plastic. And these grow quite big. So for sure, go 3x4. It doesn't matter if the only one I would keep separate is these 4. Because these ones tend to grow bigger. But all of these ones, we know they're from the same size square. So they will proof the same, and they will bake the same. And I'll just use this one. Go 3 by 4. Okay, and then these ones is put your name on it. I'll keep this bus bin of plastic on the marble table, and if we've run out of plastic, these recycled plastic, there's a new box that I have for you as well. And then when you put them away, please make sure you don't have to tie it, right? Just don't let it be open and exposed. Fold it over like this, just like that. Your name on it, so you can see. Fold it over like this, and this is important because if there's loose plastic underneath, it gets stuck in the rack and rolls, right? So if you keep it nice and tight, tucked like this, you can slip it onto the rack and roll, no problem. I will start a rack and roll of this and only keep this on there, okay? Before you run away, the last thing is I need to show you what to do with your scrap.